Okay, class. So good morning and welcome to the session. Let me see how many people have joined. 10 people. Okay, let's wait for a few minutes and then let's start. Okay, chalo, so let's get started. So yesterday we were, first of all, please confirm if I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ठीक है, fair enough. Just give me a minute. Okay. So we have seen our data frame, we have seen our vectors. Let's try to see our matrix, and then we will see our arrays. Okay. So vector, matrix, arrays, and data frame, and then we will see our list. Yeah. List. Suppose if I want to create a matrix, I create a variable, create any variable. Let me say ABC is equal to some numbers. Put some numbers. So let me say 50, 60, 55, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. So these are the 9. I have created a variable with 9 numbers. Now let me say if I want to create a matrix. So for creating a matrix, what we will do is I will use my matrix function. So let me say matrix 1 is equal to matrix. Okay. So if you want to create a matrix, so matrix is nothing but when you represent your data in form of rows and columns. Okay. So if you are creating a matrix, then you need to tell how many rows and how many columns do you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and let me say one more. Okay. So I say n row equal to 2 and n column equal to 5. So n row means it should have 2 rows and n column is it should have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So data length 9 is not a submultiple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10 elements तो है ना, क्यों बोल रहा है वो? Okay. Ah, so now you see your mat 1. So you will notice that it has 2 rows and 5 columns. It has 2 rows and 5 columns. If you run your class function on mat1, you will notice that it is a matrix. Matrix or array also, because array is nothing but collection of matrix. Everyone, please go ahead and create a matrix. Let me know once you've created it.
Done, sir.
Done, guys? Okay. So matrix. Okay. So n row is equal to 2 and n col equal to 5. So if you change this thing, so this is obvious, but if you want, you can change it. Suppose you give something like this. So you will have 5 rows and 2 columns. You have 5 rows and 2 columns. Now, guys, everyone please have a look over here, just one look. So how is the filling done? How is the filling done? So do you notice the filling? So 12, 23, 45, 50. So 12, 23, 45, 50, 60. Okay. And so basically over here, the filling is done by your columns. So it is filling first column and then second column and then third column. Okay. So it is filling the column wise. So these first 5 records have moved to the first column. Okay. So filling can be done by your column wise and your row wise also. Column wise also and your row wise also. As of now, it is being done column wise. But if I want to do row wise, then what can I do? I can check my matrix function. So let me say question mark matrix. So it is by row. Okay. So what I'll say, something by row equal to true. Okay. And let's do one thing. Let me take this thing, put it over here, mark it as mat3, and let me remove this thing by row equal to true, so that we can compare. Okay. Let's compare mat2 and mat3. So I'm going to print both of them, and then it will give you an idea what is the change. Now, can you notice, is there some changes? Compare both of them, mat2, mat3. क्या changes दिखता है?
सर रो वाइज फील हो रहा है, मतलब 12, 23, then next row 45, 50.
Yes. So basically, if you have this number, so 12, 23. 12, 23 has gone over here. Then you have 45 and 50. So 45 and 50 is coming over here. Okay. So it is filling your row wise. First row, second row, third row, fourth row, right? In mat2, it is filling the column. First column, second column, third column. Okay. So what I have done, I have said by row equal to true. Everyone, please go ahead and try it. Done, guys? Okay. So let's move ahead. So this is your, if you want to create a matrix. Okay. And in your, if you have a matrix, I guess these function will again work. So nrow and call, the functions which were applicable on your data frame would also be applicable on your this thing. Okay. Nrow and call. Now let's create an array. What is array? Array is collection of matrix. So if you have more than one matrix, it becomes your array. So meaning of array is little different in Python, and so meaning of array is little different in Python and in R. So array over there is an array. It is not a collection of matrix. It is in Python, array and matrix are same, but over here the array and matrix are different. So if you want to create a array, it is nothing but collection of a matrix. So let's try creating an array. Okay, let me say I create a variable to any variable, and let me pass the same numbers and pass. So this is the whole. So let me pass some numbers. So these are how many numbers? So these are 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to create some, let me say somewhere around 24 numbers. So let's do it. 11, 14. Three, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 का एक बार आ चुका है. Let's do it. Okay, let's create it. क्या प्रॉब्लम आ गई भाई? Unexpected numeric constant. What is unexpected numeric constant? Everything seems to be fine, right? Unexpected numeric constant. What is that? What is that unexpected?
सर 19 के बाद कोलन बाकी.
किधर?
कोलन 19 के बाद कोलन देना चाहिए. इधर हाँ जहाँ पे अभी कर्सर ब्लिंक हो
कोलन नहीं, कॉमा. Okay. 1 second. Let me just create it. So I think it's gone fine. Let's see variable 2. So variable 2, 24. इसकी लेंथ कितनी हो गई? 25 है शायद इसकी लेंथ. Length is 20. Sorry, LENGT. So I'm writing a Python code in R. That's okay. So length is 25. Let me remove this thing. And length is 24. Fair enough. Let's bring it in a proper shape. Okay, now let me create a array. So let me say ARR1. I'll create one array. So for creating an array, what I'll say array. And the data in this array will come from this variable. Okay. So if you are creating an array, then you need to pass 3 information to array. So array is nothing but collection of matrix. So what would be the shape of the matrix and how many matrix? Shape of the matrix and how many matrix. So let me say 2, 3, 4. So for this 2, 3, 4, what I'll say dim equal to C 2, 3, 4. Now let's see what happens. यहाँ पे comma डाल देते हैं. Now you check your ARR array. So basically what it has done, it has created your array 1, array 2, array 3, array 4. So it has created 4 arrays, I'll say it has created 4 matrix, and each matrix is of size 2, 3. So 2, 3 indicates the size of the matrix, and 4 indicates how many matrix. So when you are creating an array, you need to tell 3 things: shape of the matrix and how many matrix. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll put on this data for you, and rest I will expect people will do on their. Guys, let me know once you're done. Okay, this is done. Okay, so now let's talk about list in R. So how do we create a list and what are the list? Okay, so list basically, list in R is like your what? It's like your pig. It can contain anything. It can contain anything. So list can contain anything. It can contain numbers. It can contain vectors. It can contain matrix. It can contain arrays. It can contain data frames. And list can also contain a list. List can also contain a list. Now, see, basically what happens, suppose you were working on a project. Consider you were working on a project. So while working on a project, you might have used many things. You might have used हो सकता है तुमने कहीं पे डेटा फ्रेम यूज किया हो, and while doing some calculation you might have created a vector, you might have created a matrix, okay, and you might have created any other thing, you might have created a array also, okay. Now your work is almost done and you want to save all of them, you want to save everything in a list, so that you can come to know that, okay, what all things did I used while working on this particular topic or on this particular problem statement. So what do, you create a list, you create a list. So for example, let me say example list, एक example list create कर लेते हैं. Till this point, what all things I have worked on. Let me say I have used one array. So I'll say list. Okay. आज हमने सुबह से क्या क्या किया, मैंने एक array 1 create किया. Then I had created this thing also. So let me say I have created matrix 1 and matrix 2 also. Matrix 1, matrix 2. And let me say I also used empty cars. Okay. So I have created a list. I have created a list. So in a list, you can store anything. Now, if you check your list, it will give you everything example list. So it has your array 1, array 2, whatever, right? And all the things, and then you have your empty class data set. So for example, now you want to access the first element. So when I run the length function on this, I should get answer as 4 because there are 4 elements in your list. Suppose if I say something like this, then I should be getting the array 1. What is my array 1? So this is your array 1. If I do something like this, I should get my mat1, matrix 1, which I have just created. Okay, so this is your matrix 1. If I do something like this, I'll get my this thing. Okay, now suppose you have created a list. You have created a list and you want to add something else. You want to add something else. So you can obviously do that. So what you will do? Answer is very simple. You already know that answer. You will use the append function. Append. So what do you want to append? I want to append example list. So I want to add something in this list. So I'll say this, followed by, let me say, let me create some another variable. Okay, so you want to append your matrix 3 also. So you append your mat 3. हमने mat 3 भी append कर दिया. Now you see your example list. So you will notice that mat 3 is also part. So mat 3 is also coming. Okay. So list is like it can consume anything. List can contain a list. List can contain anything. Okay. And you can use your append function as well. Now, guys, please go ahead and create your list. Done, guys?
Done, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now let's enter into another part of our coding. Let's build our plots. Though for building the plots, I will suggest better is you always use your Python. And because the libraries over there are very powerful. Your matplotlib, cbon, and plotly, they are very powerful. But let's see the few things in R also. If you want to create plots in R, that is also possible. You may need to install some kind of packages, but obviously, let's have a look. So let's start with a very simple one, and then we'll keep on complicating it. So let me say I have a variable C, put some numbers, 10, 7, 8, 9, 11. Okay, so I purposefully put this thing. So let me say plot XX. So it will plot the numbers. It will plot. So you will get the graph over there. पहले एक simple सा plot create कर and then we'll try to color it or whatever. If you want to do color, okay. So while plotting, you can say you can say COL equal to right. Let's see क्या red color में आता है. That comes in red color. So red, green, blue, black, whatever may be the choice of your color. Okay, so I was just waiting. So color equal to red, and let me say if I want to do x comma y plot, एक जल्दी से एक variable. Let's create a quick variable. So let me say num and let me say square. Right. So the way I have done a scatter plot, similarly, if you want to say plot and num comma squ, so what it will do, it will do a x comma y ka plot, x comma y. So where numbers would be on your x-axis and the squares would be on your y-axis. Okay. So if you want, you can zoom out also. So if you zoom out, you will get the answer on the larger window. Can you notice, guys? If you zoom it out, it opens in the new window. If you zoom it out, it opens in the new window. Actually, I am waiting for someone to say that he or she is getting an error. So, but if no one is getting error, that is fair enough. Anyone who is getting error?
For me.
No?
Yes, sir. I'm getting error.
You're getting error?
Yes.
And what is the error message?
Figure margins too large.
Margin too large?
Yes, sir.
Margin too large. Okay, okay. So I was waiting for this error to come. See, guys, this error is basically not an error. Let me do one thing. So, जिसने भी बोला था कि error आ रहा है, please be unmuted. When I run this line, do I get an error? क्या मुझे error आया?
No, sir.
No. क्या मुझे error आया?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So figure margins too large. तुमने उसको print होने की जगह ही नहीं दी है, तो वो बोल रहा है. ठीक है ना? So just scroll your window and give it a sufficient space so that it can plot it. Okay. So figure margins too large. So this is a learning for others also. Give some space for plot to be there, plot to come. Otherwise, वो बोल देगा figure margins too large. अब please अपने windows को adjust करो and let me know, has the error gone?
Yes, sir, it's gone.
Okay, fair enough. So I was waiting for this error to come. At least किसी एक को आ जाती, तो so that
Yes,
I
sir.
could have
Error.
so that I could have discussed the problem. Okay, fair enough. So if the error has gone, let's move ahead. And basically आज मैं थोड़ा parallelly अपने ऑफिस का भी काम कर रहा हूँ, तो थोड़ा सा slow response आ रहा है, but ठीक है, don't worry, I'll take care of both of them. Okay, so again let's draw this line, and if you want to change the color, so let me say color is equal to default color is black, you change it to blue, whatever, right? Now let's add few more parameters. Suppose you want to draw a horizontal line or a vertical line on the graph. Okay. You want to draw some line based upon your choice, wherever you want to draw. So what I will do is I'll say AB line. So AB line. So AB line can draw your horizontal line also and can draw your vertical line also. To draw the horizontal line, I will say H. To draw a vertical line, I will say V. Now, if you want to draw a horizontal line, you need to tell the coordinate. Okay, you need to tell the coordinate. So where exactly your line should start from. So let me say I'm saying H is equal to 15. Let's see क्या मेरी line आती है. Can you notice a horizontal line is being drawn at the position 15. Suppose you want to draw a vertical line. What I'll do, I'll take the same thing and I'll say V. Now you need to tell at which position your vertical line should start. So I'm saying, let me say, I want to start that line at 4.5. देखते हैं क्या 4.5 पे line आती है. It comes. So if you want to draw a horizontal and vertical line, use your AB line function. And within AB line, if you give H, it draws a horizontal line. If you give V, it draws your vertical line. If you are drawing a horizontal line, you need to give the position where the line should start from. If you are drawing a vertical line, again, you need to give the position कि भाई वो line start कहाँ से होगी. Everyone, please go ahead and draw the lines. Drawn? Okay. ठीक है, fair enough. And I hope people understand one thing, that if they want, they can change the color over there also. So let me say if you want a color, this line in some another color, you draw it red. You want this in some another color, you draw it in. You want to draw it in yellow, so you can change it, obvious. Okay. So if you want to change the color. Okay. So as of now, this basic plot is in circles, but you don't want circles. You want something else. So what I'll say PCH, plotting character, equal to, let me say, star. So now do you notice? You get the stars. Everyone, please go ahead and make the changes. I'll not say changes, but done. Okay. Let's try to do the same thing. Let's try to work on some data frame. So if you are already familiar with the empty cast data frame, let's take something on the same thing, empty cast, view empty cast. Okay. So over here we have a column, cylinder, and disposition. You have a column, cylinder, and disposition. Okay. Now you have a column as cylinder and disposition. Let me say plot empty cast $cylinder and empty cast $MPG. Okay. Now see, guys, before we do the plot and you see the output, now do you notice that cylinder is numeric, but if you notice that in cylinder you have few categories. You have either 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, or 8-cylinder. You have 4, 6, and 8. And you have disposition. Disposition is kind of numeric and continuous. Okay. So I'm saying I'm taking empty cast cylinder and then empty cast $MPG. So your cylinder is on your x-axis and MPG is on your y-axis. So basically, you get this type of plot. So from this plot, if you notice, and let me do one thing. Let me remove this thing and let me plot it again. From this plot, if you notice, you can do quite a good analysis. You can do an analysis that when your cylinders are less, when you are 4-cylinder, then your MPG is quite high. And as the cylinders are increasing, MPG is going down. So this type of plot, suppose if you run this type of plot and you have education and the income, so you will get the 2 lines, one for graduate, one for non-graduate. So it will tell you what type of distribution is between your graduates and non-graduates. So it helps you doing your comparative analysis, right? Now, only thing is you are getting a graph, but let's make it little more beautiful. Now, till this time, I haven't introduced. So remember your title function in Python. So same thing I can use over here. I can say main. I'll say cylinder versus MPG. Cylinder versus MPG. Let me say MPG. So this main is like your title. Okay, cylinder versus MPG. Now you want to write something on your x-axis, though it is something is already written, but if you want, you can still change it. I'll say x lab. In Python, it was x label. It is over here, it is your x lab. So let me say cylinder. If x lab is there, then y lab has to be there. And let me say my MPG. Now let's see what happens. So cylinder and MPG gets written. Cylinder and MPG gets written. Okay. Now everyone, please go ahead and do it. Let me know once you've done. Done. Okay. Let's do our multiple line chart. Let's do a multiple line chart. So what I'm doing is this type of data we have already used in Python. I'm using the almost similar data. Okay. So the problem statement is let's compare the web traffic at different hours for 3 different days. That is your Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Let's compare the web traffic for 3 different days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So what I'll do is, first of all, I'll start with a very simple one. So let me say let's just give me 1 second. I should have a timeline also now. 1 second देना मेरे को बस. Let me get a better data for this. The timeline state is not there with me. Just give me a minute. Okay, so I got that timeline also. Okay, so I think this time frame is also needed. This was missing. इसको भी उठा लो, please. And then let me do one thing. Let me say plot. And what do I want on this? I want time on my x-axis. And then I want Web Monday. Okay, and let me say color. Color equal to red. So it builds a plot. It builds a plot. But now I want few more things over here also. So let me say lines. And then I'll say Web Tuesday. Color equal to green. Let's see what happens. Okay. And then similarly, what I can do is इसको join करने के type equal to, let me say O. So what O will do, O will join it. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll take the same thing, put it over here, and instead of this, I'll say Wednesday. Color equal to. So now, if you notice, you have a 3 lines. You have for your Monday, red, Tuesday, green, and Wednesday, blue. Guys, please go ahead and draw it. So over here, guys, one thing is missing, that is your legend. Now, let me try to add a legend over there. So how can we add a legend? That's what I'm thinking. So legend equal to C, red, comma, green, comma. Will it work? Will it not work? I'm a little bit doubtful. It is not working. So adding a legend. Let me see how can we add a legend over here. So how can I add a legend? That's what I'm saying, guys. Give me a minute. Or if you are able to find any way, then let me know. किसी को मिलता है how to add a legend over here? Legend and try to Google search legend red blue green. I don't think it will come like this. Let's remove this thing because without legend this will not make much sense. Give me a minute. Let me do a Google search, guys. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to create a legend. Legend creation over here is not that simple. It will take some effort, but I think I can create it. Let's give a try. Okay, let's do one thing. I hope people are able to see my screen. Please confirm. मैंने कुछ ऐसे किया.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay, just give me. So it is little tricky because we are using multiple commands to create a plot. So plot and let me say I want to create a legend. Legend अगर create किया है तो legend में कुछ लिखना पड़ेगा. So let me say legend and फिर इसके अंदर में हमने लिख दिया legend equal to C. C में हम लिख देते हैं Monday. So the first color would be for Monday. Second color would be for Tuesday. Third color would be for Wednesday. Let me say legend and then color equal to whatever colors I have given. I have given 3 colors: red, green, and then I have given blue. I am passing more than one value, तो यहाँ पे लगा देते हैं C above. ठीक है. Argument X is missing with no default. Argument X is missing. Okay.
Sir, we should fill that web Monday and time na sir for X and Y.
Pardon? We should fill what?
The component that X lab and Y lab we give us a time and web Monday that is present in the graph like that.
तो वो दिया है ना, वेब मंडे ट्यूसडे दिया तो है।
पर इसमें भी भरना पड़ेगा सर, लेजेंड में भी एक्स वाई कंपोनेंट।
ऐसा क्या?
हाँ सर।
नहीं नहीं, वो x कॉमा y मांगता है शुरू में। इट मींस वो बोल रहा है कि तुम्हारा लेजेंड स्टार्ट कहाँ से होगा, वो ऐसा बोल रहा है। एक सेकंड। Okay, so let me give some x comma y. So let me say I want my legend at 10 comma 1000. अब आओ। हाँ देखो अब वो आता है। So see, basically let's do one thing. Let me mark it as a little better way. Monday अब आ जाएगा, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. And ये बीच में आ गया है, तो इसको थोड़ा सा ऊपर ले जाते हैं और साइड में कर देते हैं। लेट्स पुट इट एट द टॉप राइट कॉर्नर। टॉप राइट कॉर्नर के लिए इसकी पोजीशन यहाँ पे 8 डाल देते हैं, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन आवर ग्राफ। एंड अब आओ। now so Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. See guys, basically what is happening over there, let me share the entire screen. So if you zoom it, you get something like this. Okay, so or if I can see this thing, so झाड़ू लगाते हैं। ठीक है, so basically legend, so what should be the and अच्छा legend, so there is still one thing missing, so it is not giving me this thing exactly. So one more thing, so I need to indicate the color also, na? Line type LTY, line type भी हमें indicate करना पड़ेगा। So LTY indicate करते हैं हम लोग। LTY is equal to LTY की कोई चीज दी है इसके नीचे, line type equal to 1:2, let's say. अब आओ। अरे I think this comma is missing. Now it gives me the proper thing. So the red line is of Monday, the green line is of Tuesday, and the blue line is of Wednesday. Okay, so line type. So what type of line do you want? So explore it. So 1:2, it will print a dark line or whatever. 8:500, 1500 is the starting position from where your legend will start. And then what are the name of the colors and what is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Please come up. So this is where there is little challenge in R. So it takes some time and effort to create your legend. But the same thing was very much easy in Python. सब लोग please create करो and let me know once you have done it. So little time taking effort. What about others? बाकी लोगों का हो गया?
Done, sir.
Done. Okay. Let's create a bar plot. So what is bar plot? Can I have some answer? Quick answer, please. Bar plot क्या होता है?
Histogram.
Histogram. No, histogram is different, but so you have bars. So you have bars in your histogram also. But yeah, so bar plot is where you depict your things in your bars. So those bars can be or your vertical bars also can be your horizontal bars also. Okay. Okay. So for example, let me take the same thing. So you have this thing, gears. So if I want to depict this thing, how many cars belong to each gear? How many cars belongs to each gear? So what I can do is I can build my bar plot. So I can say, so first of all, let me say count cars, count. So if I say something like this, table, empty cars, dollar, gear. So you already understand this thing. So if you see your count cars, you will see there are 15 cars which belong to class 3, 4 cars which belong to, 12 cars which belong to 4 gears, 15 cars which belong to 3 gears, and 5 cars which belong to 5 gears. So what I'll do, I'll say bar plot. And this time bar plot will take this count cars. And a simple bar plot can be just constructed. Okay, you construct a bar plot. The only thing is if you want to make it a little more beautiful. So I'll say X lab is equal to number of gears, and I'll say Y lab is equal to count main is equal to cars per gear. Okay, and you can make it a little more beautiful. And if you want to give a different color to each of them, you may say color equal to C, red, blue, green. So they will come with 3 different colors. Green, oh, I missed the code, I guess. Red, blue, and green. Okay, red, blue, and green. Now, if you want to add a legend, can we add a legend? So adding a legend is quite easy. This time probably Nabha legend equal to do we need to add a legend? Legend equal to C 3, 4, 5. Let me say. Okay, so you legend gets added. So the red color is for 3, the blue color is for 4, and the green color is for 5. So this time adding a legend is quite easy because we are using only one function, that is your bar plot. Previously, we have to use multiple functions. So plot, lines, and other thing, and then legend was on the top of it. Okay, so this time adding the legend is not that. Well, now this graph looks Quite good. Let me know once you've done it. Done? Okay. ठीक है. Now take your break and take some 20 minutes break. And after break, we will again continue with the thoughts. Let's meet around 12:20. Okay, so can we start? Is everyone back? Let me see how many people. 11. Okay. So before break, there were around 16 people. Let's wait for 2 minutes and then start. Okay, count is still 11.
Hello, Pranjal sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, actually, I'm writing the code. So till the halftime code was accurate, but now the codes are appearing as a comment in green color.
क्या फिर से बोलो previously code were
Working fine, and now it's also working fine, but codes are appearing as a comment in green color.
Codes are appearing as a comment in green color. So it means we are saying something like this. ऐसा?
Like this, right?
Okay, so ऐसा पता क्यों हो गया होगा? Because somewhere on the top you might have made a mistake. So for example, you might have opened a bracket and you haven't closed the bracket. So because of that reason, it is showing you as a comment.
Okay. But still that is working. The code is working.
Code is still working, then that is fair enough. No problem.
Okay.
If code is working, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, let me see how many people have joined. Count is still 11. Okay, but at some time we need to start also. Let's wait for a minute. So, is it still raining in Pune? Because I'm not there in Pune. अभी बारिश होती पुणे में? या दिवाली आ गई तो बारिश बंद हो गई?
Yes, sir. The atmosphere is very rainy.
It is still raining?
Yeah, heavy rainy.
अच्छा, मतलब last कब होता rain?
Yesterday night and early in the morning. It's calm now. So last night when I went to outside, my bike was half submerged in the roads.
Okay.
Yes. Sir, what did you teach yesterday?
Yesterday क्या teach किया था?
I was not able.
कल तो बहुत सारी चीजें हमने so apply function, t apply, s apply and many things related to a data frame, how to add a column, how to add a row. बहुत सारी चीजें कल का सेशन तो काफी important था. Take the code from someone. It was important, but the commands were simple. Many commands, but then they were simple. So, for example, as dot factor, as dot numeric, ठीक है ना? And how to create your sample. ये काफी सारी चीजें. सब simple code है, but at the same time, it is very much needed, ना?
Okay, I will.
So please take a code
from. And then I will take code.
So, हाँ. So basically, किसी से code ले लो and ask him to give you some 15 minutes of code walkthrough, है ना? तो उतना भी काफी हो जाएगा. Because things were very simple. So for example, let me say, अगर हमें ये करना है कि हमें कुछ नया हमें nulls को handle करना है, तो is dot na. So you already know fill na in Python. So is na is almost similar. You know, so go through the recorded session once, and it should be very much clear. Okay, count is still 11, but let's move it. Okay, so let's build a box plot. Okay, let's quickly discuss our remaining plots, and let's move a little bit fast. So box plot, you already know box plot. So can I have an answer? What is box plot, guys? Just a small review. What information box plot conveys to us?
Sir, how many outliers are there in the data, sir?
Okay, so box plot can be obviously
5-point representation.
Yes, it is a 5-point representation of your data. So it gives you your minimum, maximum, median, 25th, and 75th percentile. ठीक है? And obviously, yes, it is your this thing. It is used to find your outliers also. Okay, so directly don't say outliers, tell how it is used to give you outliers. So now building the box plot is very simple in R. You agar box plot build karna to see the box plot le lo and pass the data. So let me say I want to build it on empty cars $mpg. देखते हैं क्या कोई. So what is empty cars? Empty cars is the empty cars is the name of your data frame and mpg is the name of the column. Build kar do, so you don't see any outliers over there. एक काम करते हैं, instead of I just want to show you outliers, empty cars disposition. Let me say क्या disposition के साथ कोई outliers है? No. Disposition. Okay, let me see HP. क्या horsepower के साथ कोई outliers है? So I am able to recreate example where I am having an outlier. So over here you can see that there is one outlier. There is one outlier. Okay. Now what is the value of that outlier? This outlier की value है. Okay. Let's do one thing, right? So obviously, if you want, you can find the outliers. If you want, you can find the outlier. The highest value would be your outlier. But if you want to know the value of outlier, so from this diagram, I can say that the value is somewhere above 260, somewhere close to 270, near 270. But agar pata lagana hai, so what I'll say A, B, C, or let me say result. Okay, I'll store this box plot in a variable. Everyone, please have a watchful. So now what I'll do is I'll say res dikha do mujhe. So it will show you the res. Okay, now it tells you. So basically, if you run this res, it will give you the 5-point summary. So it tells you this is your minimum. This is your minimum. This is your Q1, median, and your 75th percentile, and this is your maximum. This is your maximum. So, and what is the outlier? And this is your 75th. This is your maximum value. Okay, and 335. So out is your 335. So this value is your outlier. This value is your outlier. And if you want, you can check this also. So if I say max, this thing, so it would be your 335. So what is the outlier value? Whatever is mentioned using your $out. So that is your outlier. Okay, now suppose, guys, please confirm, is everyone able to interpret the result? Store the box plot in a variable and see that variable. So it will give you $out. So if you have more than one outlier, they all will be mentioned over here. Okay. सबको result देखना आ रहा है? Please confirm करो.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now suppose if I want to remove the outlier. If I want to remove the outlier, what I'll do? Let me say empty cars 1. And I want to remove the outlier. So I'll say empty cars $. हमने किस पे create किया था? HP पे. HP, and I'll say not equal to 335. Not equal to 335. So your empty cars. Now let me do one thing. Let me create the box plot on over here. Empty cars 1. देखते हैं क्या अब वो outlier हट गया. Outlier has been removed. So what I've done, I'm saying not equal to 335. 335 was your outlier. So I'm saying, boss, don't include 335 and include all the other things, comma. So I'm selecting the rows, and after comma, I have given space. So it means I'm selecting all the columns.
Run, sir.
Done? Okay. Now, let's do one thing. Let's practice a little more on this. And obviously, if you want, you can add the color and other thing. That is obvious. So if you want to add a color, you can obviously add it. You can say you want that it is in red color. So let's go red color. Okay. Now, let's do one thing. Let's read out this file. Let's build a box plot on this thing. Okay. एक file को read करो. So you already know how to read the file. Okay. And let me say if I build the box plot over here. Box plot. CR is the name of my data frame. And applicant income is the name of my this thing. Okay, हो गया. Okay, P is missing. Okay, so you have these many outliers. Okay, so build the box plot. And guys, now I am giving you one small assignment, one small work to do. Write a code to remove the outliers. Write a code to remove the outliers. Okay, so basically, if you want, you can do something like this. Let me say ABC is equal to this. Okay, now if you check your ABC, so over here you have many outliers. So all these are your outliers. Please write a code to remove the outliers. सब लोग please try करो. Let me see how you can write it. Vaishnavi, how much time do you want, or others also, Zunad? कितना time लगेगा इसको हटाने में?
5-10 minutes, sir.
5 और 10 मिनट. अच्छा ठीक है चलो. And after writing your code, please share the code on the chat window. Others also, please, everyone. I'll go on mute for some time. Anyone, guys, who has done it? इतना टाइम लग रहा है? Let me know once you have done it. How would you remove the outliers? That's the simple question I'm asking. Okay, so I think people are struggling. Okay. So see guys, now this is where you need to use your brain. See, now I know what people are doing and what people should have done. So till this point, what you guys would have been doing, you would have been doing something like this. तुमने क्या करा होगा? तुमने ऐसे करा होगा. ठीक है? So you got to know that all these are your outlier. Okay. So now, basically at line number 215, I have played one trick with your brain. I have played one trick with your brain. So your brain is now hardwired. और वो ज़्यादा सोच नहीं पा रही है, और you are not willing to think. So basically what people are doing, they are doing something like this. They are saying CR dollar applicant income, and they might be saying not equal to something like 12841, and then they will put a or condition. कुछ ऐसा काम हो रहा है शायद background में, and then you will change it as 9650, something like this. तुम लोग कुछ ऐसा कर रहे हो, ठीक है? And that is why it is taking huge amount of time. But do you notice that you should not be doing something like this? It has already given you this 5-point summary. So it means any record which is more than 9357 is an outlier. And if you see, the records over here are more than 9357. So to remove the outlier, what you should have done, you should have said something like this: CR dot applicant income, okay, and less than or equal to 9357, and put a comma, and let me say CR1. That's it. बस सिर्फ इतना लाइन एक लिखना था. बताओ, was it a code for 5-10 minutes? And not, this question is not only to Vaishnavi, वो तो बेचारी बोल देती है, to others also. बताओ, was it difficult? Dhruv, Gaurav, Kalpesh, Karthik?
No, sir, it was easy.
बहुत
Sir,
easy, बहुत
sir,
easy था. Yes,
No,
Vaishnavi,
sir.
tell me.
Sir, can't we use like function like range from this to this, means like in this question we have 9357 to up to like how many largest?
No, Vaishnavi, from C. Now this is where you will use your logical power, right? You are plotting a graph. So after plotting a graph, you notice that all the outliers are on the upper side. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is 9357. So now remember the box plot. What is box plot? In box plot, it gives you the 5-point summary. The 5th point is your 9357. It means any record which is above 9357 is taken as an outlier. So why do you even want to use the range function? सिर्फ इतना बोल दो लेस देन और इक्वल टू 9357 दैट्स इट खत्म सारे आउटलायर्स अपने आप हट जाएंगे
Okay, sir.
है ना सो इट वाज एक्चुअली वेरी इजी बट किसी ने तुम्हारे माइंड के साथ थोड़ा गेम खेला बाय यूजिंग नॉट इक्वल टू है ना सो probably you were using not equal to not equal to not equal to but अगर थोड़ा सा thought process लगाते तो less than or equal to and obviously combined with the knowledge of your box plot. So you should be aware what box plot is and what information box plot depicts. Okay. So let's move ahead. I'm little, what do I say? Not very happy. जैसा लोगों ने बोला. I was expecting कि कुछ answer जरूर आ जाएगा after a minute or two. So we have built our box plot. Let's not build our histogram. So building a histogram again, it's very quite an easy option. So building a histogram, you will use a hist function. And let me say, let's build a histogram on our empty cast. Let's see क्या उसका distribution normal है कि नहीं है. अगर है तो कितना normal है. So you build your histogram. Number of records are very less. Let's build it on a little bigger one. Histogram. And let me say CR dollar applicant income. इस पे build करके देखते हैं. Let's see how our histogram looks like. Okay, so histogram is very funny over here. Let me do one thing. Let me increase the bins. Bins equal to 30. Let me see if bins will work or not. So bins is not working. So break equal to 30. So breaks is working. Okay, so and obviously if you want, you can put it in color equal to red, let me say. So you get red color.
सर एज कलर भी होगा ना
क्या होगा
एज कलर
एज का कलर चेंज हो सकता है क्या आई एम नॉट वेरी श्योर बट लेट्स एक्सप्लोर इट सो एज का कलर वैसे तो इसमें एज इफ यू नोटिस द एजेस आर क्वाइट डिस्टिंक्टिव सो यू कैन ऑलरेडी सी द एजेस सो आई डोंट थिंक यू नीड देयर इज एनी रिक्वायरमेंट टू चेंज द एज कलर बट these softwares are very powerful, so there might be some option to change the color of the edge. But मेरे को याद नहीं है ऐसा होता है कि नहीं. So breaks, frequency, null, x limit, plot, n class, label, false, histogram name, x limit, border यहाँ पे edge color तो नहीं है. Let me say border क्या करता है border red नहीं ये तो नहीं रेड तो देने का कोई मतलब नहीं है. Let me say blue. Let me see will it work or not. हाँ वर्क कर गया. ठीक है. So your question is answered. ठीक है. So all these small parameters obviously it is very difficult for as a human being to remember but ठीक है अपना documentation देखो और वहां से थोड़ा साइड लग जाता है. ठीक है. So यहाँ पे देख लो और these documentations are actually more powerful than in Python. तो वो क्या करेगा ना सपोज करो बॉर्डर है तो वो बॉर्डर के बारे में ना उसने और डिटेल में बताया भी होगा. It will give you some coding syntax also. So if you read it, बॉर्डर, ये देखो बॉर्डर इसने पर्पल लिया हुआ, चलो हम भी बॉर्डर पर्पल ले लेते हैं, देखते हैं बॉर्डर इक्वल टू पर्पल कैसे आता है। ठीक है, सो इट गिव्स यू सम एग्जांपल्स आल्सो। बॉर्डर भैया आ जाओ। सो बॉर्डर इज पर्पल। गाइस डन, सबने कर लिया?
Yes, sir.
ओके, okay, so this is your histogram. Okay, guys, there is one data set now. So basically, I want to build one. Uh, I want to build one plot which is normal in distribution. एक फाइल है ना, guys, इस फाइल को ओपन करो. For example, your lung cap data set. Lung cap data set. Try reading it. Try reading it. I will also try to read that file. And try building the graph on your age and on your this thing height. Guys, is the graph getting? Are you getting a normal distribution? Okay. Hmm. Okay, guys. So actually, I got one phone call, so I had to take that up. But let's move ahead. So, guys, is the plot coming normal on age or on height? Lung cap, किसी ने draw करके देखा?
Yes, sir. It is normal.
Normal आ रहा है? ठीक है, एक second. Actually, I want to show you something else also. So that is why. Let me say. Okay, so file has been read. Let me read the box plot. LCN dollar. Let me say height. So how is the box plot coming? So this is the box plot coming. This type of box plot we are getting now. Now let me say, and similarly, I can build the box plot on lung capacity. Okay. Now, let me do one thing. Let me take this thing, copy this thing, and let me say tilde sign LCN dollar gender. Let's compare the lung capacity of male and female. Okay, and एक काम और कर देते हैं, color equal to red कर देते हैं, और color equal to, let me see, can I give two different color? Red comma green. Okay, now see guys, basically focus on this part. Focus on this part. Focus on this part. LC tilde. Okay. So now what I'm doing is, so basically X comma Y. So this is your Y tilde X. So normally what do we say? We say Y is a function of X. Y is a function of X. So anything which is on left of tilde, left side of the tilde, is taken as y, and the things or the values which are on the right side of tilde is taken as x. Is taken as x. We remember this sign, your wave sign, tilde sign, whatever sign, because this sign would be used to create your algorithms. This sign would be used to create your algorithms. Okay. So y is a function of x. Okay. So I hope people have done it. सबका हो रहा है guys? सबका यहाँ तक?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. So basically you can use this tilde sign not only in your box plot, but you can, if you want, you can use it in your other things also. You can use in your bar plot or histograms or whatever. Okay. If you want to have more than two things. Okay, let's draw our one last thing and then we'll end the session. Heat map. Okay. So is basically, as the name suggests, it is used to depict values using different shades of colors. Okay, different shades of colors. So though it is not that much useful, but एक बार देख लो. So let me say matrix empty cast, and let me convert it into a matrix as dot matrix. So heat map would be converted in your, for making your heat map, your data should be, so your data would be converted into matrix. So it may still look like your data frame, but the nature has changed to matrix. Nature has changed to matrix. Then what I'll do, I'll say heat map. And let's see what happens. So it creates a heat map, but then it doesn't look that good. So what I'll do, I'll put some color over here. I'll say color equal to heat dot colors and put the numbers 256, which is a standard one, and you get a heat map. But in this heat map, some unnecessary information is being displayed. So I'll say row equal to NA. I don't want anything on the rows. And similarly, let me say call V equal to NA. and you can put this scale as column. You can put scale so I'm just trying to make it more beautiful. Columns is not found. So let me say a column. Column is not found. Should I give it in quotes? Achha. Ah, so now this comes. So this is how it looks like. So basically, based upon the values, different. So now basically from this, so now this, see guys, this chart looks very much appealing. It looks very much beautiful or eye-gouging. But then interpreting these heat maps are little difficult. So wherever you are seeing the same color, basically compare these cars. If you want to compare the cars based upon their parameters, so you get to know. For example, let me do one thing. Let me take this snippet and put it on the pane window, and then probably people will realize what is happening over here or how to read. So basically, I'll tell you how to read this chart. Though it is not that difficult, but then not that use also. But ek baar dekh, I don't know. Kab zarurat pad jaye. So your chart looks something like this. Okay. Now, the same color indicates the same value. So for example, if you are comparing Dastan 710 and RX4, if you are comparing these two cars, so probably for these two cars, they are having the same car, they are having the same gear, they are having the same AM, their VS is also same, but probably in QSEC, the values are different. Probably in QSEC, the values are different. Okay. And now suppose if you want to compare Hornet, with your, let me say something, let me take another car, Chrysler. If you want to compare these two, Hornet, so these cars are different in your car. These cars are almost same in your gears. These cars are same whether they are AM or not. So the same colors will indicate the same values, and the different colors indicates your different value. This is how you will read it. आ रहा है सब कुछ चार्ट आ रहा है Okay, guys. So basically, this brings end to the charts. So now, but there are one more thing which I want to discuss in charts itself is your another framework which I want to discuss. That is your ggplot. You know, ggplot. But I don't want to overburden today. So we will discuss ggplot in next class. Okay. So you will get a similar type of plots, but the way they look, the color, and the patterns over there are little more appealing. So it is nothing like you would be creating another type of plot. or it would not be like that. There would be some new plot, the similar plot, but in a little different framework, and they may look more beautiful, I'll say, or more interpretable, right? But if you want to create any plot, all the methods I have shown you, whether it is a scatter plot, bar plot, histogram, box plot, any plot if you want to create. Okay, okay guys, so we will see that in next. We'll see that in next. So we will see that in next class. Okay, okay guys, so before I end the session, I would just want to say Happy Diwali to everyone. Okay. So enjoy. Thank you, thank you. Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali, sir.
Happy Diwali, sir.
है ना?
Happy Diwali, sir. Happy Diwali.
थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू। और खूब मस्ती करो, एंजॉय करो, है ना? और क्योंकि उसके बाद फिर थोड़ी सी पढ़ाई वापस करनी होगी, है ना? सो टेक सम टाइम, हैव फन, है ना? एंड आफ्टर दिवाली व्हेन वील मीट, we'll continue with our class. ठीक है? With this, I'll end the session. Thank you for that.
Sir.
कार्तिक
बोल भावा.
अरे हीट मॅपचा कोड
काय झाला?
हीट मॅपचा कोड दे ना.
हा पाठवतो.
एव्हरीवनला
कार्तिक मला पण पाठव ना हीट मॅपचा.
एव्हरीवन टाकला.
थँक्यू कार्तिक शेठ.
अरे बस तुमच्या हिशोबाने जगतोय, बाकी काय.
अरे भाई हॅपी मॉन्कला कोणी कोणी अप्लाय केले?
मी.
अरे ते मार्केटिंग बिर्केटिंगचं आहे रे, ते दुसरं बघितलं का कल्पेश?
ते आज आलेले आहे, त्याचा काही उपयोग नाही, पण हॅपी मॉन्कला कोणी कोणी केले? आज सबमिट करायचंय ते.
अरे यार नाही झालं यार, काहीच नाही झालं. पहिलाच क्वेश्चन समजून गेला की ते अवघड आहे. काय करायचंय तुला समजलं का? फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन मध्ये नक्की काय करायचं होतं ते?
फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन नाही समजला, पण फिफ्थ आणि फोर्थ समजलाय.
हा
ते
मग
होईल
सगळे
पण.
क्वेश्चन समजले. तुला माहितीये का, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन सोडले तर सगळे क्वेश्चन समजण्यासाठी सोपे आहेत. योलो 5 पण तुम्हाला युट्यूब वरती भेटून जातंय, व्हिडिओज वगैरे बघितलं तर. पण वेळ कुणाला आहे तेवढं सगळं बघून सगळं करायला? परत डेटा कलेक्शन करायला लागेल, माहितीये सगळं इंडिव्हिज्युअली. पीपल अँड कार्स, व्हेकल्सचं वेगळं, पीपलचं वेगळं करून मग 800च्या इमेज एक साथ घेऊन असं वगैरे. आणि परत ते इंडियन नंबर प्लेटचा बघ आहे बघ एक क्वेश्चन.
हो ते पण आहे, ते पण आहे. बरोबर.
त्याच्यात पण नाहीये. मी डेटा बघितलं काय करते, मी डायरेक्ट डेटा सेट पण सगळीकडे शोधलं ना, नाही काहीच नाही त्याचे डेटा सेट्स वगैरे. ते प्रत्येक नेम प्लेट घेऊन फोटो काढून त्याचा डेटा बनवायचा काय रे, फाईल बनवायची.
ते गुगल वरून सर्च करूनच
हा
बनवावं लागेल.
तसंच बनवायचंय ते, म्हणून तर आम्ही
हा,
अप्लाय नाही केलं ना.
त्यांनी
प्रायमरी डेटा सेट म्हणजे प्रायमरी पासून स्टार्ट करायचं आपल्याला, डेटा स्क्रॅपिंग पासून सगळं.
त्याला ते वेब स्क्रॅपिंग वापरतात.
ते काय आपल्याला येतं का?
नाही, आपल्याला माहिती नाही. ते सरांकडूनच एकदा सॉल्व्ह करून घ्यावं लागेल सगळं.
कार्तिक, रो एन ए आणि कॉलम एन एम काहीतरी येत नाहीये. कार्तिक
माझ्यामध्ये येतंय म्हटलं.
कसं काय?
काय बरं, वापस टाकतो कोडा. सिंगल लाईन रन करून बघ.
चलो हॅपी दिवाळी एव्हरीवन.
हॅपी दिवाळी. थांब जरा, माझं कोड.
हॅपी दिवाळी दादा.
अरे ऐक ना रे, सगळा कोड पाठवून दे ना आजच्या. ती विंडो क्लोज झाली.
थांब रे 2 मिनिटं बाळा.
काय करताय तुम्ही?
सगळा कोड चॅट वरती टाकू काय?
हा, किती येणार?
उमेद
कॉपी
दादा.
पेस्ट करून दे.
दार आउटडेटेड आहे, तुम्ही कशाला एवढं लक्ष घालताय?
भाई
मला सरांना
उबेद
तेच विचारायचं होतं आता. सर तुम्ही असाइनमेंट पाठवलेली बघितली का सर? आणि काय लगेच लिव्हच झालंय सर.
पर्सनलला विचार ग त्यांना, तसं नाही तुला सांगणार.
पर्सनलला काही नाही विचारू शकत त्यांना, मेल करायला लागतो. आता मेल त्यांना पोहोचलाय की नाही हे पण नाही समजत आपल्याला.
ते ह्याच्याकडे आहे बघ की, कल्पेशकडं मेल त्यांचा.
अरे माझ्याकडे पण आहे मेल आयडी त्यांचा. मग मी कालच मेल केलाय त्यांना असाइनमेंट पूर्ण ते.
की हे लोक आपल्या लेवलला नाहीत रे, आपण कॉन्टॅक्ट नाही करत, त्यांचा नॅचरल कॉन्टॅक्ट असतो.
तसं काही नाहीये पण असाइनमेंट
भाई रेकॉर्ड होत.
ओके सॉरी.
हॅपी दिवाळी. बाय गाईज.
शिवम तो कोड पाठवून दे रे बाबा. कॉपी पेस्ट मारून करून दे सगळं. शुभम आहे का रे शुभम?